I mean, we all know it that AI is here to stay and it is definitely here to replace a lot of jobs, which is quite sad in some way. But I believe we will evolve as humans and also the workforce will evolve. And in that sense, a new job emerged, which is the AI automation engineer. And I've been a freelance AI automation engineer for around 1 year now. And today I will give you the step by step roadmap you can take to do the same. And before I get started, I want to mention you don't need to be essentially a coder to get on AI automation freelance projects. You can use no code tools for it. But of course, there are different levels to AI automation engineers. There are the ones who are really, really deep into it, who work on foundation models such as ChatGPT, Anthropic. So these guys are really, really deep, deep geeks, and they understand the technology on a very mathematical and computer science level. But there are other people who build on top of these models, such as me, and these people don't require that deep technical knowledge. So I can confidently say that you can learn the skills within 6 months to 1 year. I think this is quite realistic, and you don't need to know exactly how to code. So you just need a low code knowledge, which is quite attainable. But in this video, I will share what has worked for me and how you can essentially achieve the same thing. So if you're a bit confused about the wording here with the AI automation engineer and the AI agents engineer, let me explain really quickly. So in my opinion, these two positions are more or less the same. And in the future, I believe the AI automation engineer will just be called the AI agents engineer, because why would you want to build out a chatbot or an automation if you just have autonomous AI agents who can fulfill the task for you? So I believe in the future, this wording will adjust itself a bit, but really it doesn't really matter. And what really matters is the value you provide as a developer. And here I want to tell again that there are different levels. And let me explain these levels a bit more in detail. So first of all, we have the beginner level AI automation engineer or AI agents engineer, however you want to call it. And you will mainly use low code and no code tools because they're just really simple to use and accessible. And it will allow you to already build out really powerful applications and automations using these tools without having really deep technical understanding, which is really great because this opens up the tech industry for many, many people, also including me. I started out with no code and I expanded to more advanced concepts. So I was really happy that that there's this level and also the benefits of low and no code tools out there. And your tool stack will be mainly Zapier is the easiest way to get started. Then Make.com, Relevance AI for AI agents, VoiceFlow for chatbots, which you want to control the chat flow essentially. Then BotPress, pretty similar. And then you have a very basic and foundational understanding of APIs. And then we come a bit more deeper into the technical world, which is where you start with code-based and scalable AI applications. So you build on top of these LLMs, such as ChatGPT, Anthropic, Gemini. So you just take these APIs and you just build some kind of a functionality on top of it. And for this, you use code. And your tools there will be mainly LangChain, Hugging Face, GitHub, vector databases, and you deploy these on servers. And on the other hand, here, this is more or less all managed for you, and only you need to drag and drop components and automations on a visual interface. And here, you need to have some kind of a coding background or just a brief understanding of programming. And then we have the expert level, which I'm far away from. And these people are really, really deep into the computer science and the mathematical side of these algorithms. And these are essentially the AI researchers and the people who build out these foundation models. And honestly, I'm really thankful for these people who actually enable so many things for us people and for us developers. And they provide a lot of value for society. So it's a really honorable position, I believe. But it's also highly, highly competitive and hard to get into because it's just so complicated. And these people will work with deep learning frameworks, data processing utilities, deployment and scaling of these models, and a lot of other things which I didn't cover here. But for most cases, and I personally, I'm just more interested in the intermediate section where you just build out scalable AI applications. So you build on top of these foundation models, which these scientists and researchers build for us. and we essentially use these to build use cases for businesses, which in my opinion is really interesting. The question is how you can get started with this. And I've actually covered everything I will talk about today, or generally about the roadmap, in my AI Agents Academy. So you can definitely join it if you want. And if you want to have the resources all in one place, yeah, if you want to check it out. Then, first of all, you need to have a foundational understanding of AI. And this requires having the understanding of AI concepts and the terminology, because if you don't understand these things, you will really, really struggle to build out AI solutions, even as a beginner. So the first few concepts will be machine learning, deep learning, neural networks, generative AI, natural language processing, large language models, and intelligent process automation. And I highly advise you to just research these topics, or join my school community where you can learn about these things. Then we have prompt engineering, because the traditional way to build out AI applications and AI solutions was really, really hard. So you needed to train your own machine learning algorithms, so highly, highly technical things, in order to actually build out these AI systems. But nowadays, you can take this foundational model, such as ChatGPT, and just prompt a little, give it a bit more instructions with text, and then it is already able to deliver great results and fulfill tasks for you without you needing to go into machine learning algorithms, which was the case a couple of years ago. So we are really blessed with these technological advancements, which makes developing applications so much simpler. So what is at the foundation of these applications you will build out is actually prompts, or you will need to write a lot of prompts in your career as an AI automation engineer. So you need to have a great understanding of prompt engineering and the best practices and frameworks there, which are out there in the market, which you can leverage essentially to instruct the LLM to get the best output out of it. And then in the next step, you want to learn about APIs. So APIs allows you essentially to connect your apps with each other and send data and receive data from these apps. And for this, learn the basic concepts and have a good look at the OpenAI API. I believe this is the great best way to get started. Learn the basics about APIs and then check out the OpenAI API so that you can actually build out your first automation or your first AI app. And then, yeah, we talked about building your first AI app and automation. For this, you can use Zapier. So it is the most beginner friendly no code tool I know. And it allows you to build out these automations really, really easily by just dragging and dropping apps which you want to connect with each other, and then just connecting your email to it, just the way you sign into any app. And like this, you already have built out your first automation, which is great. And then you can even build out your first AI agent with Zapier Central. I forget to call it here Zapier Central, but if you go to this website, you can actually build out autonomous AI agents without writing a single line of code, which is really, really insane if you think about it. Then we have a more advanced automation builder, which is make.com. It is also much cheaper if cost is a factor for you. And especially if you have clients, this will be really, really important, because for the more operations you use, the more the people use the automation, the more expensive it gets. So make.com is a great way to get around these high costs of Zapier. Then it's time to learn about chatbot building frameworks. And even though chatbots, I wouldn't say they're dying out, but they're just evolving to more advanced things like AI agents. And there you will need to learn about RAG, meaning retrieval augmented generation. And for this, there's the concept of a vector database. So essentially how RAG works is you send a request to ChatGPT just as we know it. So you just input something, type it in, and click submit. And this request first will get sent to a vector database. And what it allows you, RAG, is essentially feed in your company knowledge, or your knowledge as an individual, into an AI, so that you can have let the AI answer based on your knowledge. So it is like a fine-tuned version of an AI model, essentially. So you will have this vector database. So first you send this query, this request to the vector database, and in there you will find everything which is relevant to your request. It will take this and then it will send it to the LLM, potentially ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will generate the response based on your prompt and the information it has received from the vector database. and then it will give you the output. And this sounds a bit complicated because I haven't visualized it here, but if you just type in RAG, you will get a simple representation of it. So this will be much more insightful than my crazy explanation right now. So then after that, you want to build out a lead gen agent. This would be my advice for you. There are a lot of videos out there. And for this, I would use VoiceFlow, which is a great chatbot building platform. And then you want to build out your next thing, which is an AI app using LangChain. This would already be intermediate. And here, I don't know why this doesn't show here, but this is called AI agent development. And for this, you want to use frameworks like AutoGPT, LangChain, Crew AI, and then you're already an experienced AI automation engineer, which is great. And I sadly can't cover the expert part because I have no idea, or I have a conceptual idea of what is happening with these AI models, but I couldn't program them like these AI experts do. So I won't cover this in this video here. But I think with this, you're already set to make a huge impact as an AI automation engineer. And for this, you will need to build out a portfolio. So you need to showcase your projects, your skills in order to get your first few freelance gigs. So if you want to learn more about AI automation engineering, definitely subscribe to this channel. I will post much more videos about this topic. And also, if you want to have in-depth resources and learning materials, you can join my school community. And with this said, see you in the next video.